Raila Odinga represents the worst of the worst in the entire world, the scum of the earth. So what does this defeat mean? And why am I happy about his defeat? Raila Odinga's defeat means money cannot buy you everything. That's number one. Okay? And we must underline this. Okay? Real power does not come from money. The first thing is this: the brain. Essentially, I've been able to defeat Raila Odinga, and I don't have the billions. I don't have the platforms they have. I don't have the power they have. But I have this, which they cannot take away from me. I've been posting, I've been lobbying, I've been deconstructing, I've been exposing Raila Odinga 24/7. I've written to all the presidents of Africa. I've written to everybody that can hear. I've exposed him on all platforms. And by the way, my X platform alone reaches more than 20 million people every day. Okay? So don't underestimate the power of communication. If you are committed, this is another meaning of his defeat. If you are ideologically clear, if you are completely committed, if you are focused like a laser beam, if you are consistent, if you are truthful, if you have integrity, and if you are fearless, you will succeed no matter the amount of power they put to challenge you. That's what we have demonstrated. We have demonstrated to Ruto that yes, he may have guns. Yes, he has zombies. He can command bloggers and muzzle men to abduct. Yes, he has the National Intelligence Service. Yes, he has a lot of billions that he has looted and plundered. Yes, he has the ability to fly all over the African continent and abroad. Yes, he can bamboozle and he can try to threaten and intimidate, but in the end, it is truth that prevails. You can do all these other things, but in the end, truth prevails. All right? So that's number two. Lesson number two. Lesson number three. The record that you leave behind, the record of evil doing, the record of betrayal, the record of retrogressive politics perpetrated consistently and persistently by these renegades, by these bandits, must and will be punished today, not in the next generation. So impunity will and does not fly. People thought, who are you? You don't vote at the AUC. Only heads of state vote there. You are going to fail. You are just bitter. Well, the fact of the matter is that we did prevail. The fact of the matter is that the small man matters. The fact of the matter is that in the end, people will remember and will see in good time crooks versus righteous people. They will be able to distinguish them. And the moment they distinguish and they find out that one is a crook, they will not support that, the majority of people. Of course, You still have 20 states that supported Raila Odinga. It doesn't matter. In the end, who surrendered? Who was defeated at the AUC? It was Raila Odinga. It was not Mohammed Yusuf. It was Raila Odinga. But who was bamboozling us all over with private jets that cost 8 million per hour? It was Raila Odinga. Who took 300 plus, lunatics to go and dance in Addis Ababa and play music, Lingala, and go into five-star hotels, and try to impress the world with their ridiculousness? It was Raila Odinga and William Ruto. Where did that take them? To the dustbin of history. Okay? Just like it did to Uhuru Kenyatta when Uhuru Kenyatta tried to sell Amina Mohammed. So whether Uhuru Kenyatta, whether it is Ruto, whether it is whoever, impunity will not prevail. Number 3, if Raila Odinga had managed with Ruto to win the AUC chairmanship, they would have been able to create a myth and mythology around Raila Odinga, the enigma, the rubbish, And some of us will, in short while, be declaring what we are going to do in the next phase of the struggle. I will shortly be announcing what revolutionary vehicle and what mechanisms are we going to use to remove Ruto. Not in 2027, before. And now that we have defeated Raila Odinga and Ruto's boogeyman, whom he was going to use to create confusion, particularly in Nyanza, now we have to retire both of them. And we have to retire both of them in jail. And we have to repossess all our wealth that they have plundered and hoarded and misused. Imagine Ruto misused about 13 billion Kenya shillings in the Raila Odinga so-called campaign. 13 billion Kenya shillings. People like Makau Mutua, the orangutan from Buffalo, what I call the toad of Buffalo, has failed fundamentally. People thought, he's going to use so-called distinguished professor, distinguish my feet. He has failed. He was given trinkets to fly around from capital to capital and has been trying to amass as much wealth as he can while pretending to stand for anything. Makau Mutua has been reduced to a pathetic toad. Okay? With his fake American twang. Okay? He can't even be authentic. A man who went to the United States as an adult is pretending that he lost his accent and calls Uhuru Kenyatta Kenyara. He talks like an idiot. So, we've defeated all of them. These fake academic frauds. No wonder Ruto promoted somebody like Sakaja to be governor of Nairobi. Because all they care about is how much money they can actually steal and extract from the public coffers. So we have defeated them. Now we have to make sure that ODM is history. That the myth that united and kept ODM together, having been shattered in Addis Ababa, is history, is gone. We have to create new instruments, new organizational formations, new revolutionary movements to be able to liberate our people so that Kenya and Kenyans can live like free human beings again. so that charlatans and tyrants and looters like Ruto can be punished in our lifetime. That they don't end up dying like Moi with all the plundered wealth, so that his children continue to enjoy ill-gotten wealth, while the majority of hardworking Kenyans continue to suffer and struggle. As Ruto was using billions of Kenya shillings to fly Raila Odinga around with private jets, our hospitals have no medicine. Doctors cannot be hired. Teachers cannot be hired. Ruto has destroyed NHIF and brought shit Shah. Ruto is looting and plundering everywhere. The university education is a joke and is meaningless, because no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how many degrees you have, there is no prospect of real employment. They employ shit Shah. People the most corrupt, like Waititu, like Sonko, I know people don't want me to mention them, made billions without having finished primary school. Okay? All they have is fraud. People like Sakaja don't have degrees. And don't give me this, that degrees don't matter. They do. Otherwise, why do you have universities? Why are they using forged documents if degrees don't matter? Why are our children going to school? Why would you go to school, get a degree, and somebody tells you it is not important? Why are you allowing our children to graduate, Kenyans to graduate, and yet you don't want to give them jobs? I know some people are trying to interfere with this broadcast. It doesn't matter what you do. We are going to succeed, because when you have integrity, when you are truthful, when you are persistent and consistent and fearless, even God cannot fail you. As you can see, God has not failed us. We are on the right side of history, and God rewarded us. People thought, oh, Miguna is just bitter. He's just saying this. What are you going to do when Raila wins? It is so beautiful to say, no, we were right. We were right all along.